film.
We have such sights to show you.
Welcome back to the Devil Made Me View It, a horror podcast. I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm J.R. Lees.
And this is going to be our part 2 of 2 for our coverage of Frankenstein, the original Frankensteins, the first 2. And I watched this for the first time to do this recording, and I'm super excited to talk about it. So let's just jump into it. I watched this for the first time ever today, and I mentioned in the first part that I really, the first time I went into Frankenstein, I was like, oh, I'm sure this is going to be good, but it ended up being really good. This movie I genuinely love. I loved it so much. It was so silly at times, like not in a negative way or in a way that it recognized that it was being silly. Obviously, like the little people in jars scene comes to mind. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie.
This is the one that I always forget about. It's one of those ones where I am a card carrying Frankenstein fan. I talk about that one first. And then when I watch this one, I'm always like, this is such a better made movie. It's a better movie. It is so silly funny. It's campy when the right places. This is the one that I think inspired more clones, because people always, the bride comes back. People always talk about the blind man in the woods, the humor, the really hardcore German expressionism. It's this movie. It's not Frankenstein. And this is the one where they have the religious scenery, the visual metaphors. He's on a cross. He's really upside down. He's in hiding in the coffins. All the important stuff that really became the Gothic tropes are Bride. Tom, and you're okay. So the again, giving a synopsis of the movie from 1935. It's the end of Frankenstein. The monster perishes in a fire in the windmill. Henry dies but doesn't die. He comes back. So 2 minutes later in Bride, they're watching the fire burn down the windmill. And who's the lady? She's the greatest thing ever in this movie.
I love her so much.
Help me before someone say it before I can see it. The villager lady who's just
I don't know what her name is,
the comic relief.
She's fantastic.
Oh, Minnie.
Yes,
Minnie right there.
Yep.
Una O'Connor. I want to get her whole name in there. She's up there and she is just mugging for the camera. She is laughing. She is like, "I'm not leaving until you find the body, the charred bones." And I'm doing a terrible accent. But then they have the dad of the little girl who died in the first one has to go into the remnants of the windmill. It goes in the basement, there's fire, and then the monster's still alive because there's a basement for a windmill.
Right.
And this has been 2 minutes later. Everyone gives Halloween 2 credit for being the sequel that starts the minute the first one ends. No, it's Bride, another trope. It's Bride. It's been 2 minutes since the end of the first movie. The monster's pissed. Oh, you're the guy whose daughter that you said I killed. Guess what? Screw you. I'm killing you now. And it's a violent drowning. It's not a wrestle and I knocked you down and hit your head. He murders this man.
Yeah, the monster is evil, like capital E evil.
And he's just mad. And then he climbs out of the hole and I love it. He reaches up there to get help. And then the lady who doesn't know she's a widow yet. Oh, I'll help you, my husband. I don't know what my husband's hand looks like. I'm going to help him out of the hole. It's the monster. He's like, screw you, and throws her down, and she hits
eating somebody.
Eating, yeah, and she hits. It's the whole family gets yeeted.
She goes down like a sack
every
of potatoes.
gear. It's just out thump thump thump. So this is basically like a gravestone for this family. And he gets out of there, and first time we see the monster, they try to have like Freddie Byrne makeup on him. All the hair's burned off. And he's bigger, like he's swollen from the water. And again, it's been 4 years since the last one, and Karloff is now famous as fuck. He's been having his name's above the title. It's just Karloff, so he's been eating very well, and it gives a whole new look of this big, strong, powerful guy. Because in the first one, he's just a skeleton with some skin. Now the monster is Colossus. He is the superpowered monster pops up out of there. Thomas is bored. No. But he just pops up. But this is where all the tropes come from. It has the killer is back to life. He didn't die in the last one. He comes out of the ground. He's being chased again. He looks like a monster. He's still doing the whole can't talk kind of stuff. but it just everything about this, and he gets on the visual of the skyline. I love the painted backdrops where characters walk up, they walk away, and then they turn because that's where the end of the set is, and they go. I don't care. That's more realistic than the actual sunset. That is my favorite visuals. And here I am as a card carrying Frankenstein guy. I'm going, Bride's a better movie.
Yeah.
It is. There is so much more going on. It is nonstop. Not funny like laugh. Well, I mean, Minnie's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And she's always pointing out that he should be dead. He should be dead. And they go back to the castle. The dad's gone now. For some reason, I don't remember him dying, but he died between the movies. It must have been 5 minutes. And Henry's off to get happy again. And then we're watching. There's a scene here that was Del Toro totally took with the girl out by the lake. With the hunters, and it's just okay. I'm rambling on too much, but yeah, I do want to apologize to everyone I've ever said that Frankenstein, but like no, Bride's is a better movie, but I'm still team Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's just I'll wait till we get there, but I want to talk so badly about the villain of this movie, the evil scientist. He is just absolutely incredible. What's his name? I can't remember the name of the character, but
Dr. What is it, Victoria?
Pretorius.
Yeah.
Pretorius, yeah.
He is so good. That actor is giving his all, and just has the best lines. The scene where he is revealing his little homunculi, little people in jars, and they all look great too. Like where he picks one of them up with like tweezers and puts it into a jar. It all looks like really good. I was really impressed with the visual.
I think Pretorius and that scene is why James Whale did this movie, because he did the Black House, this old house, whatever it's called, Frankenstein, Invisible Man. They're both technically like marvels, especially the Invisible Man with all the tricks there. I think when they came up with the Dr. Pretorius and the little, what'd you call them, the little glass jars of the homunculi, which I didn't know that was. I think him doing that trick is what made him want to do the movie, because then it's like, how do you pull that magic trick off? And I don't know how they did that. There's obviously this is 35. It's all either double exposure or projection, or it's going to be like matte shots. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, I don't either, but it looks incredible. It's so, the only thing I don't love is the like the little cartoonish sound effects. The little
no, I love it. It's the parents. It's the Charlie Brown parents. They have little lungs. They have high pitched stuff. But I love the idea that for some reason, Henry Frankenstein invented found out how to bring back life into a dead body, but Pretorius needs him because all he could do is make miniature people,
right?
And he's growing, he's growing them from like a cell, like from a seed, he says. And I'm like, that's way more impressive. That's way more impressive to me, yeah.
And they're like intelligent. They have relationships, like
but then they're not. It's not a miniaturized. I think as a kid I watched, I thought they'd miniaturize the king and stuff. No, but this one was kind of a jerk. I made him the king. This lady gets all she wants. I made her the queen. And this girl can breathe water, so she's a mermaid. I just love the showmanship of it. Yeah, but Dr. Pretorius is that weird guy. I always forget about him when I'm talking, because it's all about the bride, and then the monster, and then Dr. Frankenstein, and I forget that Pretorius over there just eating up scenery. I
have a question. Does the bride show up again in like later movies?
Not in these though, right, Tom?
No, she's famous for being in like 4 minutes of screen time.
That is mind blowing, because that design is so iconic and done so many times throughout, the rest of film history that she's only on screen for that amount of time, and that's it. That's crazy.
I think because to my knowledge, she's like, how they have like the Universal monsters, like think MCU, they have like their pro shot of it.
Right.
She's the only one from like a sequel film where they're like, well, yeah, she made an impact. Let's put her in the lineup.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. It is a great design. The streak of white in the hair and everything. It's so it just looks incredible. I love that design so much. I remember as I was watching it, I'm just like, what are we eventually gonna get? Like, when does she come into this? And
because you remember her being like half the movie, because it's she's in the title. She's the name of the movie.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't realize until way too late that she also played that. Elsa Lanchester played Mary Shelley in the beginning part of it. I didn't catch that until way late in my life.
That's cool.
Apparently one of the reasons that was in James Whale's contract. He's like, I need the scene in the beginning of this actress playing Mary Shelley, and she will then also play the bride. It was in I'm not doing it unless this scene happens.
Well, wasn't that scene conceived for the first movie? Like
don't
in I think it was the script idea. They never shot it, but the idea was to have it be the night that they're all telling the tales.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's kind of like the stage play of Peter Pan then, whereas it's always played off that Wendy's dad plays Captain Hook.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
really?
for some reason, that's just how that's just usually how it's done. It's like the idea is that it's the father figure is also the bad guy. Like it's I hate my dad plays.
Sure.
So I didn't know that Whale was that. Like he wanted that. That was his whole do or die. 'Cause I wonder if audiences caught that before I did. Because I'm kind of slow.
I don't think I caught
Well,
it till this year when I was reading about it. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I mean, you only see both characters for a very limited amount of time at the very beginning and at the very end, so it makes sense that you would, people would miss it.
I do love the opening where she just she just describes the first movie.
Yeah. They're so mean to her. What's the
jerks,
line?
yeah.
They're like, oh, how could someone with such dead eyes like tell such a horrifying story or something like that?
And a furrowed brow. Yeah, they're kind of jerks. How could someone as dumb as her write a book as great as this that gave me such horrors? Yeah,
She's a woman, like, Yeah.
Well, the original Frankenstein book, when it was released, was anonymous. It was like they didn't put a name to it. And then when they did the second version of the book, they finally put her name on it, but they also put the husband's name on it. So that's what started the whole like, oh, he wrote this? Because like obviously the man wrote it, not the woman.
Yeah,
and
woman can possibly do something as
right.
Yeah.
And then she like rewrote it again. Like she went back and fixed some things, and so that's what started the whole like. And then everyone's like, Mary wrote it. Guys, calm down. Like,
I wonder if that was at all a marketing thing too, to like put the husband's name on there, because I know like was it like Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling purposely didn't sound like a feminine name so that she could sell more books or something.
Sell more. I could see that, man.
Yeah,
and it might have been that back in 1818, she probably couldn't own. She couldn't get paid for it.
that could be.
It probably had to go to his account anyway, which is evil.
Crazy. Yeah.
Now in the book though, there's no monster bride. Like he goes to make the monster and then he pitches it, right? He goes, no, I'm not going to do this. This is like an abomination, and throws the body parts in the sea or something, right?
Yeah, he kind of, James Whale was like, I'm gonna take the pieces I didn't take from the book and I'll put it in the second one. Like the blind man is in the book, but he's not in the first.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that because I did make it to the Del Toro movie, so I didn't know if that was from this or from the book, but that makes sense.
Well, in the Del Toro, they follow the line about the bride, like you think you're going to make the bride out of Mia Goth, and he's like, no, I'm doing the actual book, and it's not going to be there. So, and the book's also because the book does the whole the three parts. It starts off in the boat, right, and ends in the boat again.
You get a lot of lore of this random captain in the book. You're like, okay, you know his past. You know he has no friends. They make it point that he has no friends. And then I think that's what they were like, oh, well, why does he randomly talk to this man? Victor, he looks crazy. And he's like, well, he just wanted a friend.
He just needed a friend, yeah.
So, and he was just warning him. So because I was reading it and I was like, did I pick up the wrong book? Like, who's this man they're talking about?
You're like, oh, it's Moby Dick. Shit.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm actually reading Moby Dick.
I know that Karloff argued against having the monsters speak in this one. He didn't want that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because he thought it was ruin the veneer, the power, the impact of it, or what?
The impact, and I think it's funny. In later films, Frankenstein, or I guess the monster, sorry, loses his speech, and they're like, oh yeah, let's keep him silent. Yeah.
I think this creature spoke a little bit with, what was it? And this has nothing to do with these films, but when Igor gets, when Igor gets, as Lugosi gets put in the body, or his brain gets put in the monster's body, he talked for like the end of the movie, just so he could recognize it was him. And by the sequel, he never talked again. And then in Monster Squad, he talks, Yeah. I think that was, but the modern thing, the rest of the Universals, the monster's quiet, minus a couple lines. But then once we get the modern day, he was talking again. Whether it's the Sting version of the Bride, obviously the Del Toro one, he's very verbose.
Yeah.
The Carrie Fisher one with I can't remember who was the monster in that one. And then of course like Monster Squad, Bogus.
I don't think he talked when he met Alvin and the Chipmunks though.
The director's cut, he did, yeah. What other ones were the big ones because I'm about to be invaded by a hi.
Oh,
hi, how are you?
First pet on the show. Oh no, that's not true. Obvious pet.
Obvious had a dog.
Yeah.
I need the dog. I'm not gonna get rid of her, so she's here for the while. Let me just move the mouse not under keister. Okay, keister, because we're watching our language, fuckers. No, but Karloff in this one, he's gained some weight, and I know he argued against talking, but I love the scene with the blind man. You know,
Yeah.
it's because every other version of it, and that's where Young Frankenstein. That's clearly Gene Hackman playing this movie up. Hi, how are you? But the scene goes by, and it's so like he needs a cigar, he needs a drink. This is where the keyboard gets stepped on.
We're so close to getting cat butthole.
I know. Well, I'll blur it out. Don't worry. But that scene, that's the scene now watching, of course, whereas the original, it's when he walks in the room. And then, of course, the last 5 minutes of this there's nothing better than when the bride shows up.
Yeah.
But last night watching it, it was the blind man, how he's reaching out in his food, and he burned his hand a minute before, and he teaches them the patience. It's like, it's a little bit preachy now in 2026. But in 35, that had to flat out be like, don't be a racist asshole.
Yeah.
To actually have someone show the monster kindness, it would probably, I don't think it was preachy, it was probably like game changing to have a character treat someone that nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that scene. And we were talking about how this one really goes in on the religious iconography and stuff like that too. The scene where he's getting tucked in and Ave Maria is playing in the background and there's just the cross over top of the bed that like fades out last with the screen and everything. It really is kind of like it's just like really beautiful. Like that whole scene is so beautiful, and I love that. And it ends that that little section of the movie ends in such a tragic way. Luckily, the old man survives this time, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. Yeah,
he doesn't get devoured by wolves.
The one thing that's aged for me is whenever someone gets shot, the monster gets shot. It's hit my arm. I have to catch. I have to put my hand where I got shot at because I can't show the hole. That was the one part I'm going, oh, that's 35. That's the old Westerns when the hero got shot. Now he has to go right off to the sunset. Yeah, nice talking to you. Bye. She also wants to point out that Elsa Lanchester's a goddess. She's a weird cat. But God, so Pretorius, and I watching last night, I'm kind of going, he's kind of set up to be the bad guy here. Like we're okay with Henry being alive from the first one. And he's the one that pulls all the strings, and he's the one that makes the monster come in the door. Now some of the monsters reduced to being the muscle. It's like, okay, he's the guy that's going to enforce Pretorius's do what I say.
And they're a fun duo. I like them a lot. Like, I would watch more of just the two of them. And I like that
a road picture.
Yeah. I like that Frankenstein holds on to his redemption as well in this movie. He's not like just back to being like, okay, I guess we're going to make a female version now. But he's like, no, I'm not going to do that shit. And then Frankenstein's monster steals his wife. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I am going to do this shit now. Like, I like the consistency between the two movies of that character.
I did like when the creature shows up to get the blonde bride. It's kind of like in the first film when he's in the background, very, very, very stagey, like a play. He's in the background. He comes through and he scares her. This one, it's from outside the window, so we kind of see that it's the same like set piece, but from his point of view outside. I really liked. I like that, but it's so. And again, the camera's 400 pounds, so all these shots when they're walking around, and then there's one bit where they're following him through the window, and he's very lithe, he's very popping around. That whole wall had to come out after he walks through it to get the camera gear to go through that spot. So the whole wall had to be flyaway. It's just, and it doesn't matter if you know movies at all. It's still a great movie, but you're still going. These guys are making a movie about a giant reanimated monster who's kind of amorous. He's kind of lonely. He's kind of getting frisky. And do much more with it than just having it be a Wolfman movie where I got bit, or a Dracula movie where, again, amorous kind of thing.
Yeah, I love the scene. Any scene where he's out in the daylight is really cool too. Like him running through the streets and the way he like bops that guy and he just almost goes like parallel for a moment, like with the street. It kind of it gave me Toxic Avenger vibes. Like
I can see that.
He was kind of like stumbling through the street and people running away from him and stuff. Everything about this movie is so fun, and like genuinely heartbreaking. The way that he when he's leaving the burning village after they pull the blind guy out and he's like got smoke in his eyes, he can't see, he's just reaching around and he's just saying "friend" over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like
that's heartbreaking. Yeah, the what the word means to him. Yeah. Also, he runs in this one. Everyone has Frankenstein's monster lumbering and the one arm kind of thing. He does that like once in the first film, when he's turning around and he's reaching for, and again, we mentioned that when he reaches for the sunlight and it breaks your heart. In this one, when he gets out of the jail cell, he's busting down the street. You know, people are like, oh, hey, there's a dead kid over there. Watch out. He's going to run by here again.
Yeah, he's just killing people. Like he is just killing. Like I imagine, because you don't see the kid get killed in this one,
right?
But
just defeat in the garden, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so funny just the thought of him just like running away, just like, oh, I'm to freedom. Is a random child, just got to kill that real quick. All right,
I'm assuming he ran over the kid, like he was just he stepped on him with his big old welding boots, you know.
Yeah.
Now the ending, when they decide to have that scene, it does kind of shift from being this new movie into, we have to do the greatest hits from the first film, and they have the bit when they bring her back, right?
It's alive.
But it screams like such a, we're gonna do this again better, you know.
Yeah.
She's wrapped up the way he was wrapped up. They're the same belt, but all the gadgets are like, you know, modernized by another 5-6 years. And again, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's ripping off Bride, not Frankenstein. That's the set they go back to. All the diodes and all the big looking like dishes that are pointing at things and the rays. And then also because in the first one they raise them up, and then they watch all the actors go, and then they bring them down. This one they have the invention of not the invention, but the including of the kites.
Yeah, the kites
to actually get the lightning strokes. Everyone does that now. Everyone now waits for the lightning to come down. Before it was just up in the storm. And is it even that we say it's the lightning that hit him, or is it just the power of the storm he's absorbing somehow through his dead skin?
Sure.
This is the one people are copying by having all the lightning, having the kites, and having all watching.
The way they do the practical lightning coming down is just by throwing those like little sparklers down, like the big sparklers down the tubes. Like it just looks really cool.
Yeah. I had some burns as a kid because I remember having 4th of July sparklers, and I'd have them by my neck so I could be the creature, and that's not a good idea when you're 6 or 5 or
any age,
22.
really.
Any age. I'm going to try it this year and see what 52 gets me. So Tom, who's your MVP in this one?
I think the Bride being in it for that long, and she has the impact she has. And obviously, being a homosexual, I'm going to choose the cunty woman that like literally has the entrance. Like that entrance is engraved in my head personally. Like, the eye reveal, I still think like, I don't know how you would make that a tattoo, but that's what I would want tattooed on me, is like that eye reveal. I think is so cool. The music, like I don't think it would have hit as hard unless you had literal like, it is a wedding bride music playing in the background. Like it's so like even in like The Bride of Chucky, you only hear that in the background, but you know exactly what she's watching in that scene because it's so engraved in.
Yeah,
it's iconic. It's what 3 minutes of screen time. Who else in film has that little screen time, that big of an impact?
That's why I just assumed until I asked him a moment ago that there was just another movie that she's in more of, but no, the fact that this is that's mind bending. Like it's incredible. It's incredible. Like the way that she comes out and it's iconic. I mean, there's no other better word for it.
I think as close as they have to this kind of a thing would be like, but no, that doesn't count though, because this is one movie, one and done. I was going to say Jaws only has a few minutes of screen time, the shark.
Sure.
And then Hannibal Lecter's got like 8 minutes, but then he has a sequel, so he's been there. He's way oversaturated. This is just the movie, and this is 3 minutes. Nothing else I can think of has had that impact with 3 minutes, unless you're going by like the aliens from Close Encounters. But even maybe E.T. has no, because there's whole tracks of E.T. In the movie. This has got to be it as far as having that big of an impact. Where there's how many tattoos are there? That's to get. Well, even I have. Say you can't see it. Like my bride tattoo takes longer to get put on than her screen time. You know.
Yeah.
It's such a performance because she pops up and she is absolutely, and even Pretorius, the line he has, you know, the Bride of Frankenstein, and he says it, and it's not at all gimmicky or silly. It's like your skin crawls. It's so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it was someone asked James Whale. They were like, "But isn't Frankenstein Victor or whatever, and not the monster?" And he goes, "It's a cool title. We're doing it."
Like I was going to ask that. Like at this point, was that mix up already so common?
It was already mixed up like that from day one, which is so fascinating to read about and all of that. And I think that didn't help at all, being like The Bride of Frankenstein did not help with that case at all.
So yeah, technically, the Bride of Frankenstein is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, yeah, right.
The lady who shows up at the door and goes away.
Who has way more screen time in this than
Way more screen time, yeah. They should make a true Bride of Frankenstein where it's just her waiting around going, "Hey Henry, are we gonna do it?" Yeah.
she reads the bad guy down pretty good. I love that scene where she's just like, "I'm not afraid of you. We're leaving. Like, bye, bitch."
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm surprised Pretorius isn't remembered as well. You know, because he is sort of
So
like
fun.
well, he's fun, but also for like being like a clearly gay coded character. I mean, whether people like want to fight for him or fight against him or vilify him, but he's kind of forgotten. You know, I was getting vibes. We're watching Scrubs because why not? And I keep getting Dr. Cox vibes off of Pretorius, but just the tall, skinny guy with the hair. And I'm waiting for him to do like the whole, you know, some kind of a mannerisms kind of thing. But yeah, when people do the highlight reel from this film, it's just the last 2 minutes, and then the blind man. I mean, they don't show anything else.
Yeah, I didn't even
That's
know
it.
about like the homunculi at all. Going into this, I was like, "What the hell is going on in this movie right now?" It's awesome.
They should have had a sequel. They should have had that though.
Yeah.
Because I remember I always thought that Frankenstein, it was misnamed from the get go. I always thought it was in the 60s. Every TV station could get a cheap package for afternoon movies, you know, and you would get, you know, Three Stooges shorts and all the Universal Monster movies. And then they put them in 3D for a while, like the creature. And you go to 7-Eleven and get the glasses. So I thought that marketing push just had it be, oh, here's Frankenstein, here's Dracula, and they would show the monster and the vampire. But yeah, it looks like it's always been misnamed that. So you can't blame anyone for saying, excuse me. It's actually creature is the doctor, is the monster, is Frankenstein, and his name is the creature. And I try and catch myself.
Yeah.
But again, if it's his dad, it's Frankenstein too. It's his last name.
That's
Back
true.
off.
I never thought about that.
In one of the movies I watched, which low-key might be my favorite because of how bad it was, they literally, because the movie's called I, Frankenstein, and the characters have this whole conversation. They're like, he was like, I was never given a name. And they're like, well, your name is Frankenstein. That is your dad. And then they literally just go, you know what? We're going to name you Adam, because they had to be so on the nose of like, you are a creation. You are the first of your kind. Your name will be Adam. And I just remember busting out laughing so hard because I just knew the rest of the movie was going to be so religious after that point.
Oh boy, yeah.
And then it was literal demons, or no, it was gargoyles and angels fighting. And I was like, how did Frankenstein join in this? Sorry, Adam joined this. It was so like...
See,
it was,
the way you're describing it sounds incredible.
It's literally, you have to watch it intoxicated. You do not watch it sober. It makes it so much better. It was the funniest thing to me. Do you remember how in like Infinity War, how like when they dusted away, some people could give monologues and some people wouldn't, depending on how much they got paid? So when angels get stabbed, they turn into big balls of light and then go straight into the sky. And then when the gargoyles got stabbed, they turned into fire and went down. And it was instant sometimes, and sometimes you could give a full speech. And it made me laugh every time it happened because, and it did not, like, the flames would just go into the ground. It did not hurt anybody, unless it was the big bad guy. Then it destroyed things. He went down. And that's why it was my favorite, because no one wrote anything down. They just made this movie. They were like, we're trying to start I think this was 2014, so they're really trying to start that, like, what was it, Dark Universe thing?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, guys, you hit no.
It's a bad
like,
start.
But I remember laughing so hard through this entire film because it was like the movie with gargoyles and angels fighting could have been its own movie.
Right.
Then they added in Adam, and I was like, it took me until the end of the movie to realize, oh, they wanted to bring back like the demons or whatever, wanted to make monsters basically. And I was like, oh, that's how it's tied in. But they didn't tell me till like the very end of the movie. Or I missed it, but like I just remember being like, "Oh, that's why he's here." Okay,
It was a reward for you sticking around.
My boyfriend watched the beginning of it, said, "I'm good." Left for 40 minutes, came back to the end of the movie, didn't miss a thing.
Yeah.
He just watched it, and he was like, "Did you enjoy that?" And I was like, "It's so far my favorite because of how crazy this was." This adventure, I was entertained because of how crazy this film was.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. I love the you said that no one wrote anything down. I love the idea of making a movie without like anyone taking a single note.
There's no communication on this set.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the classics, and we know that Del Toro is the latest pinnacle.
Mhm.
Along the way of the 80 years of this, what do you guys recommend for non-Universal, well, non-Karloff and then non-Del Toro Frankensteins? What are your favorites? And Tom, don't say I Frankenstein. Get some respect.
I was gonna say, ironically, like I would add in Son of Frankenstein, the one that's right after. It's still Boris, but it's still kind of good. Like just the staging alone, they absolutely lost their budget for the third film, but it's almost shot very like a stage play, and that's why I like it. Because like the key scene I think about is they did this scene where they're eating dinner at a table, and the stage is literally a table and then maybe like 2 staircases off to the side. That's it. That's on the screen. But they use lighting to make it look like there was a window in the background. And then the actors go talk to this like window, and you believe that there's a window there. You know they're talking to a lamp, but like it looks real. It's I think they should add that. Like people don't talk about that one enough still, and that's when I'm gonna butcher his name. Lugosi was Igor introduced. And so I personally liked that one out of all of the rewatches, because then I don't think it had dropped off just yet.
Okay.
Because that one was pretty good.
And I haven't watched Son in a long time. I know that's where Igor comes from.
Well,
but I haven't watched that since I got that set.
Igor. They make it very clear.
Yeah, the only other one I've seen outside of the 3 you mentioned was Alvin and the Chipmunks meeting Frankenstein, and I preferred it when they met Wolfman. So
he's a purist. He's the Wolfman. Yeah. See, and I'm like over here trying to have like a funny answer, but I'm like, I think I don't consider Young Frankenstein to be a spoof. I consider it to be an actual true sequel.
Is that the
prop from the original movies? Like
it's they have the same table, the zoetrope is what it is. The name of the company after.
I think they had all of the like science stuff like was just in storage and they let them use it. Like
because it was a universal. They could have had a flat head, but it plays like a legitimate sequel. The Mel Brooks one, boss.
Mel Brooks. Who's the?
But I mean, I love Gene Wilder. Oh, Peter Boyle was the
Gene
monster.
Wilder's. It was.
But then
I didn't want to call him the Willy Wonka guy. I was like, I know his name, but I just can't think of it right now.
You're like, I do a serious podcast. He's not the Willy Wonka guy.
Yeah.
But then the Bride and that Terry. But Marty Feldman as Igor. I have to always pause and go Igor, Marty Feldman. Igor is the character.
Igor just reminds me of all the Italian movies you made me watch before we.
Oh, the Fulci Igor.
Igor.
There's many layers to that.
Yeah.
But I got to go Young Frankenstein. But then again, a Monster Squad is always close to my heart.
Oh yeah. Monster. I have seen Monster Squad as well. I think that was when we were in college together. You had me watch that. And
just to get you need to fix your childhood, your mom trauma that she gave you for Elm Street and like actual horror movies. Here, watch a happy one.
Yeah.
What was the one time that you did for your research? Was it Victor Frankenstein, the Ewan McGregor and Daniel Radcliffe one?
Oh, that one. I haven't gotten around to that. I haven't found it anywhere.
I can't. It's not streaming anywhere that I saw. So I want to watch it because I like.
Ewan McGregor.
Is it Ewan McGregor or is it the other guy?
It's Daniel Radcliffe and
James McAvoy.
And James. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
I wish I would have watched that before I randomly met him, because I would have loved to say to him, "I loved you in Victor Frankenstein," because he never hears that.
Oh, by the way, this is a humble way of Thomas pointing out that he ran into Dan Radcliffe. Dan Radcliffe.
Yeah, they're close. Like he calls him Dan.
He calls him Dan. I'm so proud you didn't say Harry Potter. I'm so proud of you, man.
It was so funny.
Is there?
Well, to wrap up, good.
I was gonna say, is there a good story behind that? How you met Daniel Radcliffe?
It literally was. We went to New York for my birthday, and we were walking around Times Square, but like not in Times Square.
Okay.
And we saw an ad. I'm not even joking. An ad for the Heathers musical, which is my best friend's favorite musical. And we're like, we need an ad. We need a picture of the ad. And so we walk down this street. And we take the picture and we're like, well, we might as well just go down this street now. And the next thing we know, here's Daniel Radcliffe taking like photos and signing things because he just is doing stage door. And we like accidentally walked into the line of doing it. And then we're like, what are we in line for? Like, what is happening? And then so like we take our phones and we like do this to look above the people's heads. And it's Harry Potter. And we're like, what is happening? And so like we got our photo with him.
Of course, you're in line.
We
You might
walked
as well.
away. And then I immediately like texted my boyfriend and was like, "You're never gonna believe what just happened. Day one, night one, we've landed 2 hours ago." I just sent the picture of me with Daniel Radcliffe. And he was like, "How did that even happen for you?" And I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you."
That's incredible. It'd be accidentally ending up in line to take a picture with Daniel Radcliffe. That's just an amazing situation to fall into.
It was just so fun. And then ironically, I went and saw Maybe Happy Ending, which starred Darren Criss, who played Harry Potter in like a play. And so I saw 2 Harry Potters on my trip.
That's funny.
And I was like, oh my God. It was just the irony in all of that.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
That's how Tom, he's blessed like that. He's just lucky.
Just stumbling into celebrities.
Well, and to wrap up this thing, oh man, because this again, I want to say thank you, Tom, for not only for being on, but thank you for picking this movies, because I don't know when I watch them with a critical eye. I'll sit there and I'll watch them. I'll be on my phone and I'll kind of look up for the big scenes, and I'll look up. I'll be going through and I'll go, okay, what else did James Whale do? What else? What's this actor from? This kind of thing. But really watching it not for anecdotally, but actually watch it as a film was a treat. And I don't know when I did it last. I don't know when I'll do it again. But I do have to come out of the Frankenstein closet and say I think Bride's a better movie. You know.
Yeah,
I know most of the photos you see, except unless it's the coming through the door one, almost all the press stuff is from Bride. The bigger Karloff, all the posters, the one behind me, it's different. It's a painting. It's usually from, because they probably knew it was a moneymaker. They probably paid him extra to get the photos of the makeup just right, because he has the burn on his face. And like I said, though, I'm appreciating also Lanchester as the bride more, because I forgot she was in there for 3 minutes. I keep thinking that they showed to dig the body up, you know. They must have had a bit where they meet her and then she dies. Like in every other movie, they're trying to have it be that they're bringing back Elizabeth is going to be the bride in all the modern day movies. No, it's
like
such a special.
Kidnap a woman just walking on the street as the scene. Like,
yeah, I was actually I was waiting to see, because every time there was like a female character, I was like, oh, is she gonna end up being? Is it gonna end up being Elizabeth? But no, it's just like he's just like, yeah, go find me a woman and or he's like we need a freshly dead woman, and then the murderer in the room is like, I'll go find one.
Yeah. Well, and then they go on so much better than Frank, like the monster. Like she was fresh. Like they should have just started fresh.
Yeah.
Well, then they find the one body in the mausoleum, and it looks like the monster is going, "Oh, she's hot." Like he's looking at her, and he pulls the mask off. I'm like, "Oh, that's fresh as I'll get out."
Doesn't Victoria say she has like strong bones or something?
But Pretorius, yeah, it's not her. It's someone else, and it's just like, "Oh, that's good bones."
That's some good bones.
With my wife, we're kind of going, "No, he's got a kink. I shouldn't, you know."
I like when he's asking for the details of it was like, "Oh, it's her father's name was." He's like, "I don't care. How old was she?"
Yeah. Then she's 19. I'm like, oh, that's old enough to be okay. That's weird.
Yeah, yikes. Also, one more line I want to mention, because this movie is genuinely very funny at times. Is when they just finished digging up the body, and the 2 murderers are like discussing like, hey, if this gets any weirder, we should just turn ourselves in, right? And the other one's like, yeah, this is no life for murderers.
Yeah,
so funny.
We have standards,
right?
And I do love the ending, though. Again, as so as it gets. When you have, and the whole last 5 minutes is just is a clip. Have you seen it 1,000 times? But I never noticed. I get redundant myself. I never noticed that the monster is there with Pretorius, and he's the bad guy, so he's gonna kill him too. But then he lets Henry and Elizabeth get out. Like he literally says, "Get away." For some reason, I thought they all. I always thought they all died in the blast. But he's like, "No, we belong dead, not you.
We die." Yeah.
We belong dead. And then it's again, when you have a lab, though, this is my advice to you, Thomas, as a father, when you have your insane mad scientist lab, don't have one bar that self-destructs the whole thing. It's a bad flaw. It's a design flaw.
Bar too.
Yeah, and it might as well be labeled self-destruct.
Someone's gonna throw their coat up on there. I think it's a coat rack. And
so, what is that line from Emperor's New Groove? Why do we even have that lever?
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much, yeah. And it's such a giant, like, it's like you had this picture they're making it, and James Whale goes, "I know when I said make the lever that he pulls, I didn't mean make it the most obvious stinking thing." Like it's got a light on it just to show the monster where to. Yeah.
I just like to imagine the monster's just like, he's upset that the wife doesn't like him, so he's just like throwing a fit. He's like, I'm gonna pull this lever, and they're like, no, don't. That's the one that destroys everything and will kill everyone in the room. And he's just like, Okay, then.
Well, I was just trying to lean.
He did not like rejection. He had one rejection. He said, "I'm not going through that again."
Yeah.
That is it's weird because I always make the joke that the monster he gets all incel. She turns him down and he goes nuts, but it comes off as more than that because she almost looks like like, and then there's a point where she runs across the room to go to Henry Frankenstein, which I don't remember that part, but I remember like then she's over here cowering and then she's doing the bird thing, which is just the most upsetting. Like, because she's not all there. She is a walking corpse.
Right.
And this time I'm watching going, he's not just that he's rejected. He's the fact that she's not right. And he's seeing himself in her, that she's a mockery of life. He's a mockery of life. They're just facsimiles.
Right.
The people that are alive should get out, but we're travesties. We're blasphemies, blasphemous. So he's going to end everyone who's against God, which means the creature, the bride, and then the gay scientist who makes little mini-me's,
Yeah.
It says more than I get. I'm sure there's more cut out that the whale put in there to say something, and I'm just the idiot going, "It's a cool movie. Look at her."
There's an entire subplot of the murder. There's supposed to be a random murderer who's blaming his killings on the monster.
Oh, really?
So I bet you that's why, like, the random girl. I bet you that's like footage from the random,
like a Jack the Ripper character or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating because that would make more sense, because at one point when they're when they go into the old man's house, they do say that's the monster that's been killing half the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, going, that's hyperbole. He killed like 2 people, and then he kind of scared a girl that was fishing. He's not killing half the countryside. But yeah, there's a subplot missing about Jack the Ripper going across, Germany.
Yeah.
That does make more sense.
There's a very silly little edit in there that made me laugh unintentionally, where the hunters go into the room and it's the blind guy and the monster, and they're like, and the blind guy's like, "What are you doing? He's my friend." And it's like, "What are you talking about, your friend? He's," and it's just a close up of the guy's eyes, like being blind. And you hear the the hunters kind of recognize, oh, he's blind. But the next thing they say is like, "He's not human." In the way that it's shot, it looks like they're talking about the blind guy. It's like, oh, he's blind. He's not a person. Like
those ableist villagers.
I know. But yeah.
Anyway.
Also, I hope the homunculi survived the movie. I imagine they don't come up again later in the series, but in my head canon, they weren't in the tower.
They're with the Henry and the bride. They're there in in his backpack to go off. And that's where the Smurfs come from. Yeah, it all comes back to the Smurfs. All right, Tom, I want to say thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later, man.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime you want to be on, just pick a movie that this is the next time I pay for it, though, okay? I'd rent this myself.
You don't own the box set?
I'm kidding. I had the box set. I was trying to.
Okay. I was gonna say I literally get to watch The Invisible Man James Whale because it came in the mail today. So I feel like Frankenstein's now over, and now we have to go to the next Universal monster that I have to go do a deep dive on now.
Okay. Well, you have plenty of time for that until the next next episode we record. So yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
All right, and that concludes our coverage of the Frankenstein movies, the first 2 Frankenstein movies. I had so much fun talking about these movies. Thank you so much, Tom, for coming on. Thank you so much, Jason, for having Tom. And
it's the least I could do,
Yeah. If you guys want to let us know how you felt about either of these movies, you can hit us up at TDMMVI pod at all your social medias down below, or you can email us directly at tdmmvipod@gmail.com. And I want to see some discussion about which of these 2 movies you like more, because I really think this second one, and I wasn't expecting this, but it really is. I mean, I think this is the out of the 2 that I've seen, my favorite for sure. And as we discussed, like, I feel like a lot of references to Frankenstein lore come from this movie. So I think it's kind of an important movie in the franchise. And yeah, so
let's watch them together. They're hour 10. Yeah. They're like 80. They're not long movies. Just they should just be released and put into one film. Just really, watch them back to back.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to cut this even super easily to just make it into one long film. Because, but yeah. So next week we're going to be talking about the Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man, not the Bees Wicker Man.
We might mention a little Nick Cage.
Yeah, I'm
out
sure.
Of respect. I'm sure it'll come up.
And we'll have another special guest there, and we'll wait to introduce you to him. But until then, I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm Jerry Lees.
And this has been The Devil Made Me View It. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks, guys.